So you find that there would be the explicit impact in terms of how we have transgressed or how we have stagnated and not moved forth, like in areas like health and other SDGs that are more explicitly shown in terms of the effect. But you also find that there is an effect that is not really demonstrated. And in my presentation, I said that there is the implicit effect of COVID-19. It is especially in relation to the fact that whilst it will be explicitly shown in health, in education, in the economy, but in the more socially related, the ones that have to do with how we attain gender, for instance, which is SDG number 5, we can't really see. But in my own country, when we first came with an assessment, the president assessed and found that there were a high rate of gender-based violence, because now that people were staying at home, there was more incidents of gender violence, and there were more incidents of rape, because people have now been closed down together with people that ordinarily they would be saved from by going to work, going to school. But at that particular time, they were not. Now, it's shown that the effects then of COVID-19 would be different. But above all, the effects of COVID-19 held us back by ensuring that besides the resources not moving, the effort, the world effort, and especially the effort of us all as the people and as governments and as parliamentarians, we had to change focus from priorities. We had to start afresh and reprioritize, start putting health, but not only health. Remember that there would be other communicable diseases that we were dealing with. There would be HIV that was a priority. There would be non-communicable diseases that were a priority. In other areas in the continent, malaria, the spread of malaria, that was also a priority. But now we shifted all of that and we started looking at COVID-19. The reproductive health started not to be looked at because all the resources were now focused on COVID-19. Where I come from, in South Africa, it then shown itself in a negative impact, that the high rate of teenage pregnancy, because now there was no real access to contraception, but also to the sexual reproductive health that people would get, because everyone was going there. But people that were on chronic medication started to default whilst we are looking at health, because they are staying at home. They are scared to go out and take their chronic medication, including those that are on lifestyle diseases, your high blood pressure, hypertension, and diabetes, started defaulting on their chronic medication. So the goal then, goal number 3, that speaks on health and well-being, was affected. Generally then, the issues that we were dealing with, including the provision of sanitation in my own country, which is another goal, goal 7, and that we must look at. We found that the issues of water and sanitation, in South Africa, we are still grappling with coming into terms with provision of running water and sanitation. Now you can't put that in place because we are locked down. You can't go and install water and do proper sanitation because people that work in the construction industry were staying at home. The SDGs were also affected. So there was a multiple effect. I did say that we must united make laws that will enact laws that will work for our own people, especially on the issue of gender. So rape is also amongst those effects of the COVID-19 that might be implicit because it affects gender. In South Africa, when I spoke about gender-based violence, we are also including rape. That is why in South Africa we have put forth the hate crimes bill, because the hate crimes bill does not only speak about rape, It also speaks about the murder of people because of correctional rape or because of their own sexuality. So I think that countries in the Commonwealth need to put stronger or more effort on understanding that for as long as we leave the issues that relate to violence that is sexually motivated, there is no real hope for the development of Africa. The harmony of Africa and the peace in Africa will not only be achieved by silencing guns only. For as long as women and children are still subjugated by their stronger allies, which are men, there will be no real peace. So, speaking about rape, it must be a priority of the Commonwealth to end gender-based violence, rape, and we must be explicit that we have to also, within our own criminal and justice laws, be explicit in how we determine the sanctions and stronger sanctions for rape, including the domestic violence that is perpetuated against women and children in our all countries that are members of the Commonwealth.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.